Hello, Attorney General. My name is Gajaan. I'm one of the youth ambassadors for the Attorney General's office.
Gajaan, welcome to the Attorney General's office. I'm delighted. You're the first of the youth ambassadors to walk through the door, at least when I've been here. And so I'm really delighted you're here.
It's such an honor and such a privilege too. And I'm here to ask you about ECHR today.
Yeah.
So should we get started?
Let's roll.
So young people hear about the ECHR in really polarized ways. It's either blocking the government from controlling borders or it's essential for human rights. Which one do you feel it resonates with a bit more?
Yeah, that's like a false dichotomy.
Okay.
Right, there is no tension between protecting fundamental rights and achieving our aims of this government, which is to control the borders. So the ECHR is at its heart about protecting fundamental rights, but it's also about doing it through our shared values across 46 other nations in the Council of Europe. Now that degree of coordination allows us to enter into agreements on issues such as controlling the boats that are coming here, controlling regular and irregular migration. It's because we have a shared set of values with the countries that we have to work with in order to tackle migration. It's because of our membership of the Council of Europe we're able to do it. So we are in this position in which we can both protect fundamental rights and address political problems that require cross-border coordination, such as irregular migration. So there's no tension.
Okay, thank you for that. And in 2026, how should young people cut through all the noise and really understand what the ECHR does and doesn't do?
Well, I'm looking to you and to other young people to help me out on that one.
Okay.
Right, the problem, I would say, as a politician and also as a lawyer, is we kind of tend to overcomplicate things, not least in the language we used. I think I just caught myself talking about a false dichotomy.
Yes, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I don't think most people, if I went home and said that, I think, most of my family would kind of laugh at me, right? It's really essential when we're talking about something as important as protecting fundamental human rights that we do it in a language that isn't the language of lawyers, isn't the language of politicians, but is everyday language, explaining through everyday examples about how the European Convention and other frameworks, how they work for us as human beings, as members of the public. And we've got to do that in the language that works, on media that works, and that I think is a challenge, I would say, for your generation every bit as it is for political leaders. It's a challenge for all of us.
Yeah, I guess that's where we can come in as the youth ambassadors to help you guys out.
Yeah, you've got to stop me saying things like false dichotomy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm part of the first Youth Ambassadors cohort, and we're supposed to champion the rule of law to our peers. So when a young person comes to me and asks, why should we care about the rule of law, or why should we care about the ECHR when politicians can just change it when they wish? What do I respond to them? What can I tell them?
Well, look, we live in a democracy and Parliament is sovereign, and if Parliament wants to change laws, that's the right of Parliament. That's the deal in a democracy.
Yeah.
So it makes it really important when you believe in something. And here I passionately believe in human rights. I passionately believe in the European Convention on Human Rights as part of the protection that we all have as members of the public.
Yeah.
It's on us to be out there trying to win the battle of public opinion and explaining why it's really important to ensure that Parliament doesn't walk away from our commitments. I think if we walked away, it would be disastrous. It would be, undermining our rights as members of the public would be disastrous. Yeah. Leaving the Council of Europe, 46 nations, united around really kind of core values, I think would be a bad sign for this country. It would be isolationist at a time in the world in which I think uniting around our shared values has probably never been more important.
I agree with that too. What are some real life examples when the ECHR has really helped the British public?
Look, every day, the rights that are protected in the Convention work for ordinary people in this country.
Okay.
So we brought the Convention in through the Human Rights Act. That means every time you or a member of your family or me or a member of a family have an interaction with national government or local government or any public authority, the law requires they take into account our human rights. Right? Not the rights of government, but human rights. And every day, whether it's when you're looking after your parents and you're reliant upon the state to provide, whether it's in respect to provision for your children, on the everyday nitty-gritty bits of our life, the convention works to ensure that our rights are being protected. So it's about everyday rights.
So it's embedded in everything.
It's embedded in everything because this is a country that has always believed in the rights of the people who live here.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
It's a great pleasure. It's been great chatting.